The moment I saw that, things were able to move in a different way, because now it wasn't about other people anymore. So other people didn't have any power over my decisions. They didn't have power over what I think. They didn't have power over nothing. So here's one thing that I had to shift for me to get the results that I have in my life. That first thing was I had to see who I truly am. Seeing it was fairly easy, but I had to accept and move from that woman who is her. So I had to do that. Like, it was a complete shift from, I know I'm that version of me, I know it on a mental level, to I have to move as that version of me. But it's not even I have to, that was still the knowing. The true version of it was I get to move as I am. I get to speak from my wisdom. I get to have no rules but the rules that I decide to have. That was the first shift. That was the most important part for me to completely change the way that I interact with life. To stop lying to myself, and I had to accept that it was not about others. It had nothing to do with them, and it would never have anything to do with them. It was just going to be this game of life purely about me, for my personal enjoyment. And the moment I saw that, things were able to move in a different way, because now it wasn't about other people anymore. So other people didn't have any power over my decisions. They didn't have power over what I think. They didn't have power over nothing, because I understood that I'm a goddess. I'm godding from within. I decide what's going on. And once I get that, I get to allow the pleasure of others to be in my energy, to taste my field, to feel what it's like to be in my world, so they can decide what it tastes like for them to be in their own world. Another shift I had to make that was really, really, really important. I had to realize what fear really is. And what I mean by that is that fear is simply not the dream. Fear is not real. It's not your reality. And your dream is not your reality either. But you could bring your dream into the moment, in the here and now. And you could bring your fear into the moment, into the here and now. Both can come here and be with you. But the thing that makes the difference is that in the moment, you get to understand that fear is not the ruler. The only ruler is the dream. And when you understand that the fear is not real, because it's just a version of the dream that you don't want, and it's not here, and the same thing as the dream is not here, so they're both not here. So you get to make a choice. Do you choose the dream or do you choose the fear? And it's as simple as that. And my ego actually wanted to fight against that, wanted to rebel against that. It was saying it's not true. But there's a moment where I needed to open my heart and truly see that life can be that simple. You live what you're living right now. You get to enjoy and appreciate what's here and now. And you get to go to your dream. And there's nothing else. Fear doesn't exist. So if there's a fear, it's just like the dream. It doesn't exist. It's in the field of infinite possibilities. They both exist in the field. The field of infinite possibilities includes the field of predictability, right? So both are in the field of infinite possibilities. Do you choose to focus on the fear? No, because it's not the dream. So every time you give space to the fear, every time you move from the fear, you're saying it's real. It's not. It's not real. The dream is not real either. They're both potentials, but you choose to move according to the potentials that feels good to you. Why? Well, think of a goddess. Would the goddess entertain the fear? Would she even think of going for that field that is predictable, that is not really what she wants? Hell no. But you're that goddess. You have that same superpower. You get to receive what you want, but you get to choose that your reality is great, where you are here and now is great. What happened in the past shaped you into becoming the version of yourself you needed to be today, so you can call in that dream, that desire of yours. And when you put your attention on, I'm the one now to receive that dream in the future, which could be any second, which could be today, which could be tomorrow, which could be in 2 months, which could be in 5 years, which could be in 2 decades. It doesn't matter. It's still the dream, and you still get to anticipate it and put your focus there and not put your focus on the fear.